This is what we're doing this morning. We are doing a shrimp and oyster dressing. There's the oyster, there's the shrimp, green and red bell peppers, chopped onion and celery. That's celery, not bell pepper. And we're getting ready to saute our vegetables. I am using Miss Quad, she got it recipe for my shrimp and oyster dressing. So we're not doing a traditional cornbread dressing for Christmas this year. We're doing seafood. And then we're going to do some lobster mac and cheese. So I'll be back. Now, putting my vegetables, celery, bell peppers, and onions. And we're going to cook them for about 5 minutes until they're tender. Okay, so now it's time to add our spices to our tender cooked vegetables. Red, green, bell peppers, onion, celery. So we have dried sage, gumbo filet or Tony Sachet, just a Cajun seasoning, freshly ground pepper, black pepper, and kosher salt, and vegetable stock. And just quickly, what I make my vegetable stock out of is the Better Than Bouillon, because the vegetable stock that you get out the store is really bland sometimes. So we're just going to take all of this and we're going to add it to this. So this is our vegetables with all of our seasonings and vegetable stock in it. Now we're going to add the oysters and the shrimp. And what we're going to do with this, the recipe says to cook them for about 3 minutes. So we're going to cook it on medium. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit because it's everything's cold and fresh. So I'm going to cook this for about 3 minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I did my cornbread yesterday, which is really good. I like her recipe for a cornbread. I don't know if she came up with it herself, but it's just a little bit different from mine. I have my milk. The recipe says to use whole milk, but I always use almond milk because whole milk doesn't do me right. So, and then I have my melted butter, and then I have this mixture. So I'm just going to put all this together in this big bowl and put some gloves on and get it real incorporated and mashed together really good, and I'll be back. So now the dressing is in the pan, and the only thing I did was spray this dish here with a non-stick cooking spray, and I added it, and we're going to bake it on 325, 20 minutes with the foil on. Then we're going to take it off and bake it for 15 to 20 minutes with the foil off. So here's the finished product. Shrimp and oyster dressing. Recipe from Miss Quad, she got it. Cookbook. All I can say is it tastes wonderful. I added my own little thing to it up here on the top. I just put some shrimp on the top, and I just want y'all to keep looking at that because it's about to go down. So I'm getting ready for the lobster mac and cheese. We have our lobster tails cooking. Can't hardly see it because there's so much steam, but you see a little bit. Getting ready for the lobster mac and cheese. So I have my 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter melting in my sauce pot. So I'm getting ready to work on the cheese sauce. I have flour. Got some dried mustard, onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt, and fresh cracked black pepper. And there's the lobster. And I'm going to take you over here real quick to show you the cheeses that we have. We have here is Gouda, smoked Gouda. Then we have Gruyere, just got those separated. And then we have cheddar. So, getting ready to work on the cheese sauce. So now my butter is melted, and I'm going to pour in my flour and whisk until brown. Get the lobster meat out of the lobster tail. Here, be careful with that. This knife is sharp. I'm gonna be busting with this little sucker. So let me see if I can cut it from this end. There we go. I'm ready to remove the meat from the lobster, and it looks beautiful on the inside. Okay. Taking that cheese sauce looks wonderful. We've taken our cheese sauce off of the heat, and so we can stay right there. Now we're going to add, I did shells, I didn't do elbows, I did shells. We're going to add our shells in, and it's only half a pound. We're going to add our beautiful lobster meat in. It tastes really good. I cooked those myself from scratch. And we're going to add our pepper, garlic, onion, probably those with our salt and dry mustard. We're going to add our seasoning. And the last of our Gruyere cheese. And so now we're going to fold all of this together, and we'll be right back. Look at this, guys. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is another one of Miss Quad. Miss Quad, she got it. She got it. Recipes for Christmas. Our seafood Christmas. And this is the lobster mac and cheese. So this is what it looks like before we put it in the oven. And it looks really good and really creamy. Just a little more cheese. This is a cheddar mixture on the top. And we're going to let it bake for about 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. So Miss Quad, she got it, she got it. Let me tell y'all what we tried out of this book over the weekend. You can already see this is the end result of the lobster mac and cheese. It is absolutely delicious. You have already been taste testing before dinner, but it is okay. That is what you do when you cook a recipe for the first time. And we got this good shrimp and oyster dressing over here. I'm gonna make some of my green beans. But this cookbook is a great cookbook. We did the Bloody Mary out of this cookbook on yesterday, and it was amazing. This is the lobster mac and cheese, and like I showed you earlier, that was the shrimp and oyster dressing. Y'all, I would show my face, but I still got a bonnet on my head, but this food is so good. Thank you, Miss Quad. Miss Quad, you got it. You got it.